Define test. Means of testing such as a series of questions or exercise for measuring the skill, knowledge, intelligence, capacities, or aptitudes of an individual or group. A procedure, reaction, or reagent used to identify or characterize a substance or constituent. What are the different type of tests? Number 1, diagnostic testing. This testing is used to diagnose what a student knows and does not know. Diagnostic testing typically happens at the start of a new phase of education, like when students will start learning a new unit. The test covers topics students will be taught in the upcoming lesson. Teachers use diagnostic testing information to guide what and how they teach. For example, they will plan to spend more time on the skills that students struggled with most on the diagnostic test if students did particularly well on a given section. On the other hand, they may cover that content more quickly in class. Students are not expected to have mastered all the information in a diagnostic test. Number 2, formative testing. This type of testing is used to gauge student learning during the lesson. It is used throughout a lecture and designed to give students the opportunity to demonstrate that they have understood the material, like in the example of the clock activity mentioned above. This informal law stakes testing happens in an ongoing manner, and students' performance on formative testing tends to get better as a lesson progresses. For example, while watching my son measure objects using inches and centimeters this week, I was able to see when he chose the wrong unit or when he did not start the measurement at the 0 point on the tape measure. That was a form of formative testing. I find it helpful as a parent because it lets me correct any mistakes before they become habits for my son. Number 3, benchmark testing. This testing is used to check whether students have mastered a unit of content. Benchmark testing is given during or after a classroom focuses on a section of material and covers either a part or all of the content has been taught up that time. The assessments are designed to let teachers know whether students have understood the material that's been covered. Number 4. Summative testing. These tests are given using the same process to all students in a classroom, school, or state so that everyone has an equal opportunity to demonstrate what they know and what they can do. Students are expected to demonstrate their ability to perform at a level prescribed as the proficiency standard for the test. Final question is, what is the relationship of testing to assessment? A test is one form of assessment and refers to procedures used to measure a learner's learning at a specific point in time and often involves collecting information in numerical form. Common forms of tests are multiple choice questions and gap fill or closed tests. Tests and assessment are used interchangeably by they do mean something different. A test is a product that measure a particular behavior or set of objectives. Meanwhile, assessment is seen as a procedure instead of a product. Assessment is used during and after the instruction has taken place.
Good day everyone. My name is Magdion P. Pabsan from Bachelor of Physical Education 2-1. Topic for today, measurement. What is measurement? Measurement is the act of size determining a target, size, length, weight, capacity, or other aspect. There are a number of terms similar to measurement, but which vary according to the purpose, such as weight, calculate, and quantify. In general, measurement can be understood as one action within the term instrumentation. English word measurement originates from the Latin mensura, and the action of measuring something accurate. Measurement is essential. The size, length, or amount of something as established by measuring verb mesurer through the Middle French of measure. Two types of measurement. Direct measurement and indirect measurement. Direct measurement is measurement by bringing the target into contact with the measurement system to read the length, height, or other aspect directly. Although direct measurement allows measurement result to be known as they are, errors may occur depending on the skill of the person doing the measurement. Direct measurement. Indirect measurement is done, for example, by using a dial gauge to measure the height difference between a measurement target and a gauge block and using that height to directly determine the target height. Because this type of measurement is based on a reference, indirect measurement is also referred to as comparative measurement. For example, direct measurement is weight, distance, and so on. Therefore, if I want to measure how long a piece of wood, I just measure it. So, however, let's say if I want to find out about something that is a little harder to measure, like how quickly the wind is blowing, I may not able to measure the wind actual speed. But if I had windmill, I could measure how much power the windmill is making. Then using this information, I could work backward to figure out fast wind must be. This would be an example where I have measuring something indirectly. Last one. Relationship between test, measurement, and evaluation. From the meaning and definition, it is obvious that a term test measurement, and evaluation are interrelated. The tests are a specific instrument for measurement. Administration of a test is a process of measurement without test. Measurement is not possible. Measurement is a technique necessary for evaluation. It represents status of a certain attributes or properties and terminal in process. Measurement describe a situation. Evaluation judge its worth of value. So, I'm done. That's all. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, so for today's videos I will discuss to you the assessment, then assessment or for learning, assessment as learning, assessment of learning, and summative and formative assessment. So number one, let's talk about the assessment for learning. Assessment for learning is a type of formative assessment utilized by teachers in order to gain understanding of their students' knowledge and skills in order to guide instruction. And the number two is assessment of learning. Assessment of learning is a summative assessment used primarily to compare students and reports progress. And the last one is assessment as learning is also a formative assessment which focuses on teaching students the metacognitive process to evaluate their own learning and make adjustment. And let me discuss to you the formative assessment. The goal of formative assessment is to monitor student learning to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by students to improve their learning. More specifically, formative assessments help students identify their strengths and weaknesses and target areas that need work. Help faculty recognize where students are struggling and address problems immediately. Formative assessments are generally low stakes, which means that they have low or point value. Example of formative assessment include asking students to draw a concept map in class to present their understanding of a topic. Submit one or two sentences identifying the main point of lecture. And the last is turn in a research proposal for early feedback. And the last is the summative assessment. The summative assessment is the goal of the summative assessment is to evaluate student learning at the end of an instructional unit by comparing it against some standard or benchmark. Summative assessments are often high stakes, which means that they have a high point value. Example of summative assessment include a midterm exam, a final project, paper, a senior recital, and information from summative assessment can be used formatively when students or faculty use it to guide their efforts and activities in subsequent courses. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Jandrina Jacinto from BP821 and I will be discussing to you evaluation. First, let's define evaluation. Evaluation is a wider concept than testing and measurement. What is the purpose of evaluation? It helps in modifying the objectives in the light of needs of the individual and of society. It helps in judging the effectiveness of the methods of teaching, helps in finding out the psychological, logical soundness of the material, tests the all-around development of the child. It is concerned with identifying the learning difficulties or weakness of pupils during instruction. It tries to locate or discover the specific area of weakness of a pupil in a given course or instruction and also tries to provide remedial measure. According to Norman E. Grunland, author of books such as Assessment of Student Achievements, said, I quote, "Formative evaluation provides first aid treatment for simple learning problems, whereas diagnostic evaluation searches for the underlying causes of those problems that do not respond to first aid treatment." So now let us go to the second type of evaluation, which is formative evaluation. Formative evaluation is used to monitor the learning progress of students during the period of instruction. Its main objective is to provide continuous feedback to both teacher and student concerning learning successes and failures while instruction is in process. Feedback to students provides in reinforcement of successful learning and identifies the specific learning errors that need correction. Feedback to teacher provides information for modifying instruction and for prescribing group and individual remedial work. Formative evaluation helps the teacher to ascertain the pupil progress from time to time. At the end of a topic or unit or segment or a chapter, the teacher can evaluate the learning outcomes basing on which he can modify his methods, techniques, and devices of teaching to provide better learning and experiences. Now let's go to the last type of evaluation, which is summative evaluation. Summative evaluation is done at the end of a course of instruction to know what extent the objectives previously fixed have been accomplished. In other words, it is the evaluation of pupils' achievement at the end of a course. So now let's talk about the difference between assessment and evaluation. In assessment, it is ongoing. Evaluation provides closure. Assessment improves learning quality. Evaluation judges learning level. Assessment provides feedback, while evaluation shows shortfalls. Assessment is process-oriented, while evaluation is product-oriented.